But my thoughts on it. It had to happen with this team. I think building a new culture with this team, we saw it a little bit towards the tail end of the 2024 season, like with everybody else I just previously mentioned, with Steve Cohen. He wanted to kind of build a winning, family-friendly, fun culture because the Mets have been on a downside for quite some time, and I will be honest with you about that. And look, $765 million, yes, that is a lot of money, but let's be real here. A lot of past championship teams have done this type of move for getting that huge free agent with a lot of money thrown at them. Look what the LA Dodgers did last offseason. Before the 2024 season, what was their big acquisition? Shohei Ohtani. And yes, another generational talent, but we weren't even sure because he wasn't going to pitch this season, only playing DH, was that a lot of money for it? Ended up turning out really well for them. MVP season, 50-50 season, World Series champion. It ended up paying out for them in their first year. Not just other ones that popped into my head. It didn't just apply to baseball. You even look at the NBA. Look what happened with the Boston Celtics in 2008. It wasn't a free agent signing, but it was a big acquisition, trading a bunch of young players and other types of players for Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen to make the big three. And what happened in return? They won a championship in the first season. Even a few years later, the Miami Heat did the same thing, signing LeBron James, the huge free agent acquisition, and alongside Chris Bosh to make their own big three. And look what happened. 2 championships in 4 seasons. And then we look at the NFL with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first one I think of is Tom Brady getting that big star quarterback, never leaving the New England Patriots, goes to the Buccaneers. What happens in his first season? Wins the Super Bowl. And look, sometimes it doesn't work overall too. Look what the Brooklyn Nets did when they acquired Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce to make that super team with Joe Johnson, Brook Lopez, and Darren Williams. It didn't work out at all. Even the Lakers getting Dwight Howard and Steve Nash to pair up with Pau Gasol and Kobe Bryant. That didn't work out as well. Again, I'm not comparing the talent to Juan Soto, Tom Brady, and all those guys too, but you kind of see what my point is here with that. That all these championship teams, you look back on them, 95% of them made that big acquisition right before the season started, or maybe even the season prior, to help them get over the hump. And there's a big risk involved with this one. Juan Soto could potentially not even work out fully in the contract. He could opt out after 5 years. But I think the way with this franchise has been going for so long with Steve Cohen, with the money, and to compete with these other big boy teams, you got to make that risk. And for me, I think the risk will eventually pay off. I don't know how many World Series they'll win. I definitely think they're going to win at least one, and that's going to be a great time. I don't want to get ahead of myself and say they're going to win 15 World Series in 15 years of Juan Soto because, again, baseball is very weird.